Hello, Divine Sunshiners. This is Divine Sunshine coming to you with a reading. Why I feel like my chair been pushed down. Okay, I know you say she's starting off, but it feel like it been pushed down. Okay, anyway, but it had been. It had not been rather. I'm coming to you this week. We've already had the summer solstice. Feeling the energies of change. Everybody will probably can say they could see shifts in the atmosphere, whether it's with yourself or you might see in synchronicities in the air as well. One thing I want to really reiterate is to make sure, no matter what, to take time out and make sure that you are taking time out to get to know you and practice self love. Get out in nature, becoming one with nature. One thing that I have noticed on pretty much all of these channels, pretty much a lot of them are all saying the same thing, which is what I said. And when I'm watching them, I'm pretty much saying, that's what I said. I said, y'all got to take time out and just surrender and just let go of the twin flame journey. Many of my subscribers, I could tell, I had one and I love her for saying, she said, I had taken time out. It was one of the subscribers you was talking about. And I took time out for me because this whole process is overwhelming. It is. You cannot break the connection with you and your twin flame, or your twin soul. However, when times become overwhelming, you need to take time out for self. I watched, no, I read the article with Manifesto Goddess, which she was talking about how to love yourself outside of the twin flame journey. When it's at that time that you feel yourself just doing it, but your heart isn't in it, and you're saying, but I just feel obligated that I have to because I'm doing it for him, or I'm doing it for the better cause. And that, at that point, when you feel yourself doing that, it is time for you to say, give the hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some self in it, not no pimping in it. I know y'all was trying to finish it out. No, that's not where I was going to say, hold up, wait a minute, let me put some pimping in. No, you need to take time out and just say, okay, we need to really find out, why are we doing this thing, this journey? Is it for them? Is it for the romance things of us coming together? Or is it just saying that, really is to fall in love with myself, become a better version of myself on this journey? And we've all have came, and I want to say this to all of the people who are my subscribers on my channel, is for you to not get to that point that you feel embarrassed, that you're saying, I feel bad that I said, I'm at the point that I want to just stop right now. I just want to go and venture out and try other things, see about maybe a soulmate or whoever mate it may be. That is okay. I'm here to tell you, as Divine Sunshine, that is okay. If you are at that point, you cannot ever release the connection with your twin flame or your twin soul at any point. They are part of you. Like my spiritual mentor reminded me, she said, they are you. They mirror you. They are a part of you. He is me in my male form and vice versa. I am him in the female form. We cannot. But then when it gets to the point that we are really stressing over it, number one, they can't reach us and communicate with us if we're stressing in the first place. That is one thing that holds us out for us to be able to be connected as well. And plus, at the same time, the universe can't use us for the betterment and the good of us being light workers. We can't shine our light if we feeling deflated or out of order, or we just say, I ain't got my energy, I'm zapped, I'm tapped, tap me out, I don't have no more to give at this point. No, and even if your twin flame would see you in that, or your twin soul at that point, he or she, your counterpart, will probably tell you the same thing. If it's getting to you like that, please stop. Do not carry on. And some ways, that is what some of our counterparts do when they see us getting to that point. That's why I wanted to say that it's like it's becoming too much. They know instinctively. Maybe that's why they pull that karmic or that pull away or that separation, because it's like, you're not learning, you're clinging on to me, you're not letting go. as one. Another thing that I'm seeing a lot on these channels, I like to tell you, report back to you, like almost TMZ, what I'm seeing on the front lines of going on all these different sites is a lot of them all are saying that some kind of event, turns of events is going to happen after the June 26th. June 26th, and definitely by July 27th. Something is going to go down. My understanding with this karmic completion, some of that has got to come, the cycle, in order for it to become brand new and to move on. It's got to kind of start getting rid of some of this karmic karma, the things that are going on. So a karmic completion is going to come out. Now, when we watch these different stations and stuff and channels and we hear these different things, one thing is that I heard somebody said, don't go into this. We know with this twin flame journey, you can't go in with big expectations. Go in there with expecting nothing, but having the desire to have everything. Okay? And I liked when I heard that. It's expectations. I'm expecting it to come. He gonna come gallivanting through the door and whip me up like Fabio and do all those things. That's expecting. You expecting the outcome to come a specific way, but it might not. Your divine counterpoint might come from a divine counterpart point. What it is, it's like an intersecting. I guess maybe I keep on misspeaking on that. Is that it is like a point of intersection, just like I taught the kids, where things come together and they become perpendicular when they intersect, and it all comes together. And so that is probably one point why I say your counterpoint, which is the point that when you all come together and you meet, like an apex or a cusp, coming to that point, that denouement, when you're reading, coming together, when it's all boiling together and we're coming together, it's about to crescendo or descend. From that point on, we go on, because we're coming to that grand event where it's all coming together. Again, not to be expecting, but just desiring and knowing everything will happen. So don't look for a specific way for our outcome for this twin flame journey to come, or you come into reunion with your counterpart. Keep on saying counterpoint, so we stick with that counterpoint. With that, something about the incense, probably with the grids and the matrix and all that coming together. These things are meeting at a certain point, just like an angle, the vertex of everything. So that's something that we got to kind of keep in mind. So they're saying the 26th starts something, and this blood moon or this new other moon that's coming in July 27th definitely is going to definitely have been seeing all through them is saying the period starting now from that last with our summer solstice going to June 26th, all the way spanning up into the fall of this is where everything should be unraveling from this point on. We as a collective can together with our power hold thoughts of knowing that we send out positivity, that everything is growing in for our good, that's going in our favor at this point. I also read her name is Reverend Maria. She sends me letters stating about from my angelic help and guides, was saying that also to sit down and to write a letter to the karmic board. This karmic board is supposed to be based up of eight angelic members that are heavenly bodies, or whatever you want to say, that are, I about to say heavenly hosts, okay, that are made up on this board that can say if you get the heaviness of all of the karmic things happening to you. Oh, that's a confirmation, okay? Or even they'll lighten the burden of the karma that has happened. You get karma from all the way from past lifetimes all the way up until now, until you have karma that you have even accumulated now. You got good karma and you got bad karma. Those things. So some of that good karma that you have accumulated helps to not the blow of it as much because they said, well, she did this in the past life, she saved. Like they've told me in past life regressions that I've saved people that were drowning and I died in the process, and I've saved people from a burning from a fire, from a burning building. And that's why in some ways I'm blessed in the way that I am. So I thank God for that. But still you have karma that you have built and done in other ways. So back to that, she's stating to make a letter, write a letter to the karmic board, asking them to change and relieve some to relieve and release some of the karmic things. They have to ask for some things to come into karmic completion. Be specific about it. However, when you do that, you also tell as to what are you going to do in return for it. So if you're saying that let's say, for instance, you might say, I want for whatever kind of karmic binds that are between myself and my divine twin counterpart, for that to be released. Whatever karma that is blocking us for us to come together, I'm asking for that to be released. And in return, our love will be a beacon for all people around us. Our light will be a way in which will help show people love in the world, or some kind of way that you can say how that our relationship benefits the world, just not you. Just like I just love on them and kiss them and love them, and I love them for the day, all the days of my life and forever and ever and all that stuff. And they're like, okay, but how does that benefit the world? So whatever you're asking for, maybe your money, you feel like you have karmic issues with your money, you need that to be released. So you always, when you get a job, some always seem like you get fired. You ain't on there but 3 days before you know it, you off of it. Then you ask for that and say, from now on, I pray for karmic release from being firing from all of my jobs, and I ask that from this point on that my job be used as I be a channel on my job to be a way shore for those on my job, or some way use me as a teacher or whatever, to be able to change minds and mold minds from being in this position. Some kind of way you've got to say it for how it benefits for not just you, but just for the world as well. And then you just thank the universe and the universe, God, the universe, and the karmic board for listening to your plea. And then you go burn it up into burn it with a candle. After you have written that letter. That is some things that I had picked up. A lot of things I've seen. Her name is Gaia, and I'll see if I put that on there. I just watched her. Gaia girl, Gaia girl. She's good.